So you've posted your video and the views are coming in. This is amazing, right? I've got some harsh truth for you. Views don't pay the bills. And because unless you know what those views actually mean, they're just numbers on a screen. Are people staying? Are they engaging? Is your video doing its job or silently flopping? Well, today we're diving into the science of video analytics, but don't worry, this isn't a boring stats lesson. I'm going to show you how to turn those numbers into actionable steps that improve performance, drive conversions, and help your business grow. So if you're ready to decode the data, let's dive in. So let's get one thing straight right up front. Video analytics are your secret weapon. Without them, you're basically throwing darts blindfolded and hoping for the best. So let's imagine you release a video showcasing your latest product and it gets 10,000 views. Now at first glance, that's amazing, right? But let's say only 500 people stuck around to watch the entire video. And out of those, only 10 clicked on your call to action. Out of those 10 clicks, how many do you think are actually going to buy? If you're being optimistic, maybe 1 or 2. Suddenly those 10,000 views don't sound so great anymore, do they? But here's what analytics will let you do. They'll help you pinpoint exactly where your viewers are clicking away. And maybe they're leaving because your intro was too long, or maybe that joke you thought was hilarious wasn't. They'll help you fix your CTAs so they actually work. If no one's clicking your buy now button, maybe it's because it sounds like a pushy car salesman. Let's test something better, like get the solution you deserve. And it'll also turn those insights into big wins. Instead of making the same mistake over and over, you'll know what to tweak so the next video turns 10 clicks into 50 or even 100. Basically, think of video analytics as your professional, personal feedback coach. Except it won't yell at you. It just quietly shows you the truth so you can work smarter and not harder. And trust me, it's not about overwhelming spreadsheets of data. It's about asking, what's the story behind these numbers? Because the right insight could mean the difference between a video that flops and one that fuels your next big win. All right, I'm going to break down the most important metrics, what they actually mean, and how they can help you fix your videos. Number 1 is views, the vanity metric. Views, the metric everyone loves to brag about. Look, my video got 20,000 views. But here's the thing, views are kind of like a first date. Just because someone watched the video doesn't mean they're invested. They could have clicked on it, watched 5 seconds, and thought, nope, not for me, and went on to the next video or the next date. So don't let views fool you. Sure, they're a good indicator that your video is getting traffic, but they don't tell you if people are actually sticking around, which brings us to number 2, the watch time. The how long they lingered metric. Now this one's a bit more meaningful. Watch time tells you how long people are actually sticking around to listen to you. Think of it as your audience's attention span timer. If your watch time is high, it's like they've stayed for dessert on a date. That's a good sign. But if they're leaving after the first course, maybe something's wrong. Now the goal here is to keep them watching as long as possible, but be realistic. You're not aiming for binge-watching Netflix series levels of engagement. You just want them to stay long enough to get the full message and take the action that you desire. Now here's your solution. Cut the fluff. Get to the point. Start with something that grabs their attention. Instead of saying, hi, my name is John and I've been in business for 10 years. Try something like, are you making this common mistake that's costing you sales? That's how you get them hooked. Notice at the beginning of this video, I didn't talk about who I was. I just started with what I'm going to deliver in this video. Now, number 3 is audience retention, the drop-off detective. Now, this is where things get juicy. Audience retention shows you exactly where your viewers drop off. It's like a crime scene investigation for your video, except you're the detective and the culprit is that long-winded segment about your company's history right in the middle of your video that nobody asked for. Here's what could be happening. Your pacing could be off. If it drags, they're gone. You veered off topic. Remember, people clicked on the video for a specific reason. Don't lose them by talking about all this unrelated stuff. If you notice a steep drop-off right after your intro, your hook isn't hooking. Or it could be that you hit them with too much info too fast. Have you ever been in that meeting where somebody throws up 20 slides at you in 5 minutes? Yeah, it's the same thing here. Now here's the solution. Just tighten up your script. Break up heavy info with visuals or quick summaries, and most importantly, stay on topic. Number 4 is the click-through rate, CTR, the are they clicking metric. CTR measures how many viewers clicked on your CTA compared to the total numbers of people who saw it. In simple terms, did your viewers actually do what you wanted them to do? A low CTR can mean one of two things. Either one, your CTA, your call to action, came too late. Most people didn't even make it to that part of the video and never saw it and therefore never clicked on it. Or number 2, it wasn't clear enough. They might have been squinting and asking, what am I supposed to do here? And that's on you. What you want to do is test different CTAs, make them bold, use the ones that work again and again, and throw away the ones that don't. But here's an important trick. Don't just rely on one CTA at the end of your videos. Spread your CTAs naturally and sporadically throughout your video. And don't just repeat them word for word like a broken record. You want to plant a seed early. Maybe in the first third of the video, drop a quick casual mention, something like, and if you're interested in diving deeper, we've got a free guide listed below. No pressure, just planting the idea. We actually do. You can check it out below, seriously. And then you want to insert a midpoint explanation. Around the halfway mark, expand on it, explain the value or benefit of taking action, and then end with a reminder. Gently nudge them again at the end, but keep it short and sweet because they've already heard the details, so just remind them what's waiting for them when they click. And number 5, we're going to talk about engagement, the do they actually care metric. Engagement tracks things like likes, comments, and shares. It tells you if your audience is just watching or if they're actually interested enough to interact with you. Think of it like this. A video without engagement is like throwing a party where no one dances. Sure, they showed up, but they're just standing around awkwardly by the chips and dip. Now the goal is to get them involved. Are they commenting? Are they sharing this with their friends? Are they tagging people? If they are not engaging, it could be one of 2 reasons. Number 1, your content didn't hit an emotional note. If they didn't feel inspired or entertained or intrigued, they're not interacting. Create share-worthy content. If your video made them laugh, cry, or say, wow, I didn't know that, they're more likely to share it. Or number 2 is maybe you didn't ask them to engage. Here's a pro tip. Don't assume people know what you want. Ask them. Don't just blurt out, like, comment, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. That's like someone standing up in the middle of a dinner party and yelling, hey, tell me I'm great. It comes off as desperate. Instead, do it seamlessly. Ask for engagement when it makes sense, when your audience is already invested. For example, after you shared something surprising, say, what's the most unexpected thing you've learned about this? Let me know in the comments. Or if you told a story or revealed a tip, follow up with, if you found this helpful, please share it with someone else who you think might need it too. And if you're wrapping up with a key takeaway, gently suggest, if this resonates with you, give it a thumbs up so we know to create more content just like this. It's not about asking for validation, it's about inviting your audience into the conversation and giving you feedback about what's working, what's not. You've given them value, so the engagement feels earned, not forced. So here's the deal. When you see low numbers on any of these metrics, don't panic. It's not a failure, it's feedback. Your audience is telling you exactly what they need, and it's your job to listen. All right, you've played detective, identified the suspects, and now it's time to fix the problem. This is where your video metrics go from being just numbers to becoming the secret sauce that fuels improvement. Number 1, optimize the pacing. I talked about this before, but you want to keep them hooked. Pacing isn't just about cutting out the boring parts, it's about keeping the audience emotionally engaged and curious. Now here's how to pace your video just like a pro. Break up your content into mini chapters. Think of them as milestones. If viewers know what's coming next, they're more likely to stick around. Also, don't just think about hooks at the beginning of the video, but sprinkle in mini hooks throughout. Tease questions or surprises that keep them guessing. For example, later in the video, I'm gonna tell you about a major mistake that nearly cost me my first big client. And trust me, it's not what you'd expect. Now they're hooked without knowing exactly what's coming or when. But pacing isn't just about the script. It's about how your video feels. Changing things up to avoid monotony. If one section is very fast and funny, slow the next one down just enough to let your audience breathe. But don't stay there too long or you risk losing momentum. Use plot twists, humor, and surprises. Keep them on their toes by flipping expectations. For example, that classic piece of marketing advice everyone swears by? Yeah, turns out that's a myth. See? And don't underestimate the power of sound. Use music and sound effects to guide the mood. Build tension with subtle background music. Create excitement with upbeat tracks. And use quiet pauses strategically to emphasize key points. Sound is your secret pacing tool. And by the way, if you're starting to realize how much video analytics could transform your strategy, we've got something just for you. Our free guide, How to Build a Video Sales Funnel That Converts. It dives deeper into these actionable steps you can take right now. Whether you're fine-tuning your CTAs or optimizing retention or learning what actually drives conversions, this guide is packed with everything you need to get started. And it's not just theory, these are practical tips designed to help you boost results quickly, and the link is below, and trust me, you'll want to check it out. Now, number 2 is find the sweet spot for your video length. Video length isn't about sticking to a magic number. It's about delivering the right amount of value for the topic, purpose, and audience. For example, on TikTok or Instagram Reels, audiences want quick hits of entertainment or tips. 30 seconds to 1 minute is ideal. Anything longer and they're swiping faster than you can say, but wait, there's more. Now on YouTube, on the other hand, it's a whole different game. If your topic is engaging and valuable, like a detailed tutorial, an in-depth breakdown of a popular subject, or a compelling story, people will gladly stick around for 30 minutes or even an hour. Think about those as deep dives, documentaries, podcasts, and step-by-step guides. On LinkedIn, you have a professional, value-driven audience who often appreciates 5 to 10-minute videos on topics like leadership, marketing, or career advice. Just enough time to give insight without losing their focus. It's not about guessing, it's about understanding where your audience is and what they want, and how long they're willing to listen. Number 3, experiment with different formats. Make it make sense. Some brands thrive on consistency. Think of podcasts or talk shows where viewers return week after week because they love the format as much as the content. And if that's your audience, stick with what's working. There's no need to reinvent the wheel every time. But for other brands, switching it up can boost engagement and keep things feeling fresh. If you've noticed a drop-off in retention or interaction, it might be time to add variety. And here are a few formats to consider. There's tutorials or how-tos. They're perfect when you need to break down step-by-step processes or offer actionable advice. Behind-the-scenes content. Let people see what happens when the cameras aren't rolling. It humanizes your brand and builds trust. Interviews or guest experts. Great for bringing in fresh perspectives or diving into topics with authority. Or live Q&As or webinars. Encourage real-time interaction and audience engagement. But here's the key. Don't change formats just for the sake of it. Ask yourself, is your current format still serving its purpose in keeping your audience engaged? Or could a fresh approach give your content new life and reach a broader audience? It's not about trying every format under the sun, it's about testing strategically. Even a small change like switching from a scripted monologue to a casual conversation tone can make a huge difference. Okay, so you've optimized your videos, improved your retention rate, and boosted engagement, but the job's not quite done yet. Success isn't about one viral video, it's about building a system that delivers results consistently over time. So let's talk about how to track your long-term success and keep that momentum going. First off, you don't want to obsess over short-term spikes. We all love a good spike in views or clicks. It feels amazing. But here's the thing, a spike is just a moment. What really matters is the trend line. Is your overall performance improving month after month? Think of it like working out. One intense session at the gym won't get you a six-pack, but consistent effort over time will. Here's what you want to look for. Are your retention rates gradually improving across multiple videos? Are your click-through rates showing upward momentum over time, not just on one video? Is your audience growth steady or sporadic? Don't panic if one video underperforms. Zoom out and look at the bigger picture. One video doesn't make or break your channel, but learning from patterns across multiple videos, that will tell you the true story. Number 2, track the growth of loyal viewers, not just one-offs. Here's the thing, you don't want to be the one-hit wonder of video marketing. Sure, getting lots of new views is exciting, but the real power lies in creating an audience that keeps coming back for more. Think of it like you're running a local neighborhood coffee shop. Sure, tourists are going to drop in, grab a cup of coffee, and leave. But it's the regulars who keep the place alive. They know your barista's name, they chat about the weather, and they bring their friends in. Those are the people you build a business around. And with your videos, you're looking for the same thing. Start by asking these questions. Are your viewers coming back? If you're seeing a growing percentage of return viewers in your analytics, that's a major win. It means your content isn't just a one-time snack, it's something they want to binge. Are they subscribing? If your subscriber count is steadily climbing, it's like watching your coffee shop get busier every week with familiar faces. You're building a loyal fan base. And how long are your regulars sticking around? If your core viewers are watching longer and longer, then you're delivering exactly what they need. They're not just dropping in for a sip, they're staying for the full experience. And when you see these trends moving in the right direction, you know you're building sustainable, long-term growth. It's not about chasing views, it's about creating a community that trusts you. And at the end of the day, views will come and go, but a loyal audience that keeps showing up, that's what turns good content into lasting success. Number 3, learn, tweak, repeat. Success isn't about nailing everything the first time. It's about continuously learning, tweaking, and improving. Treat every video like a data experiment. What worked, what didn't work, and what surprised you. Did a shorter video perform better on the platform than you expected? Did one specific CTA drive more clicks? Analyze the data, tweak your approach, and apply what you've learned to future videos. And number 4, set realistic KPIs or key performance indicators. Here's a common mistake that I see, setting unrealistic goals like, I want 1 million views in a week. Instead, set KPIs that are meaningful, achievable, and tied to your long-term strategy. If your current retention rate is hovering around 50%, you can aim for a 10% improvement over the next 3 months. It's not about doubling overnight, it's about steady progress. Or maybe you're focusing on how many viewers are clicking through your video CTA link. If your current click-through rate to the landing page is sitting at around 2%, aim for 3% by testing new placements of your CTA, like mentioning it earlier in the video or making it more prominent on screen. Little tweaks can make a big difference. And if your videos are designed to drive conversions like sales or signups, set specific monthly targets. Ask yourself, what's realistic based on where we're starting and how we can build from there? So here's the thing, success in video marketing isn't about perfection. You're never going to create the perfect video that hits every single metric flawlessly. But that's okay, because perfection isn't the goal, progress is. So don't stress over the videos that don't go viral or the ones that don't hit every KPI. Focus on learning, evolving, and building momentum. Because creativity and growth thrive on consistent efforts, not overnight magic. Your audience will grow. Your message will resonate, and your videos will deliver results, but only if you give them the time and attention they deserve. So if you're ready to take what you've learned here and apply it directly to your video strategy, don't forget to grab your free guide. It's filled with actionable tips, examples, and techniques to help you build a high-converting video funnel. Whether you're just starting out or refining an existing strategy, it's a resource you don't want to miss. And now that you know how to use video analytics to optimize results, there's one more piece of the puzzle: creativity. After all, the best data in the world doesn't save a boring video. So if you're ready to unlock your creative potential and spark fresh ideas for your business, check out our video on the science of creativity. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.